I felt like he was trying to tell me that Drake's a bad father. You don't know that. He was trying to be a therapist, telling Drake, his son, this is what your dad should be. You know your dad's a gambler. You know your dad's a sex man. Like, all this shit. Like, dude, what are you? Like, what? How are you going to tell me how to raise my fucking son? And first of all, he's a new dad. He's not going to have all the answers early on. He's not. You didn't with your kids. I didn't with my kids. You're not going to have parenting. It's a lifelong journey.
Right.
But he's playing his part. Where is this daughter? There is no, she can't be found. We have an AP out on his daughter that he so-called is missing, that she's around. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Okay, listen up. You're now locked into the I Do It For Hip Hop podcast. DJ Bugsy is bringing back the essence of hip hop. Hear the voices from the artists, the DJs, and the movers and shakers that keep the culture alive. Most importantly, they keeping it hip hop. Hey, DJ Bugsy, you ready? And now to our regular scheduled programming.
Maybach music.
It's the big boss, Rick Ross. Right now you rocking with the hottest DJ in the game. Let's go.
Let them know, Ricky Rose. It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It For Hip Hop podcast, episode 117. It's good to be back on the Miggity mic, Philly's very own. You already know. Shout out to the P, everybody in South Philly. Shout out to my boy, Ennis, for getting that big win Saturday. Boxing is at a real high place. You've seen what Mason Cameron been talking about all week with Shakur Stewart. But listen, bro, it's not about that tonight, man. I got a very special co-host. You might have caught him on the podcast before, man. Let them know your name, bro.
JK Dat Wave, man, the Playwave CEO, Playwave TV. You already know.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. He's fresh off a plane, fresh off of, you know the place they call the H-Town, you know what I mean, the Boogie Down, the Dallas. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ Screw, rest in peace. They had a memorial out there for him, so salute to him, man. But I want to jump in, man. I want to jump from the beginning, but not actually the beginning. I want to talk about Drake's enemies, and I want to go straight for Rick Ross, the guy at the top of the hour, man. And that first blow that he sent, and he was in the studio laughing, and since then, his fucking team got beat the fuck up in Canada, you know what I mean? Not to say that Drake sent for the beat up,
right,
but they got their ass spanked. I mean, Rick Ross got a little hit, little knot, but this nigga wants to send these niggas Wingstop. I mean, that's the reward you get when you with MMG. Shout out to Rick Ross, though. But when you first heard that first song that he sent shots at Drake, what was your first thoughts?
It was. I feel like it was solid, but he was doing it on some like, I'm just gonna lightly jab you with my boss talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like he was doing this thing, but he didn't want to go all the way in on Drake.
Okay.
But I felt like he threw some alright jabs at him. Like, as Rick Ross would, but
I was actually shocked, honestly, when he did it. Because I'm looking at Rick Ross' catalog and I'm looking at his most popular music, and 60% of his hits and big records has Drake in it. Like Stay Scheming, the classic Stay Scheming, which is one of the best posse cuts in the last 10 years. And let's not forget about the song with Chrisette Michele and Drizzy, which is one of my favorite songs, you know what I'm saying? Maybach music, Aston Martin music. It's like, bro, it's like crazy to see these two intertwine, and they had so much good, and it was a time where they were saying that Drake and Rick Ross had a whole album together that was going to come out, but it never came into fruition. But I was a little shocked, man. And then the BBL Drizzy and him saying he the white boy, and I'm like, come on, Ross, don't do that. That's nut shit. It
was festering though because of the Meek Mill shit. You get what I'm saying? So he felt like he had to protect his little homie at the time.
Right.
So I feel like him and Drake, they got a working relationship. You know what I'm saying? They come out with hits, they do what they do, but I don't feel like it was like buddy. It was one of those things where he already threw shots at him before. Him and Meek got cool, so he's like, all right, let me just try to, now that Meek cool with him now, I'm going to be the, try to get my Drake stimulus package. You know what I'm saying? With the, what was it, Gold Roses? I forget. The one they had together, Lemon Pepper Freestyle. They was, getting in their mix.
My favorite shit that they did was Made Men.
That's my shit. That slept, my man for that. You my man.
That's my shit.
You my man
Made
for that. Yo,
when they made the video in Vegas and he was
not too many people know about that.
He threw a subliminal about fucking Riri. That was the first time Drizzy opened up about Riri on there.
Damn, I ain't heard that song so long.
Bro,
that was that shit though.
Yeah. That right there. And I felt like they could have did an album together because that's because it's not like, I mean, Drake, you know what he come with, but Rick Ross can get right with him. You know what I mean?
They styles can complement each other real good.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the right beats, it's just them. They styles mesh definitely. So a whole album with them would have been fire.
Now when when Drake responded back about the stuff that he was saying about him being broke, the BBL, what was you thought of Drake's bars and what he said back?
I feel like it was on some, you could say you on some bullshit, but I'm on some bullshit too.
Right.
I feel like he was holding his nuts on Rick Ross, like you know what I'm saying that niggas got to drive 2 hours to get to your crib and all that. Like your shit is on a small island. Like he like I could talk that bullshit too. You get what I'm saying? Yo, so I felt like all right, Drake like nah, you big homie, but yeah, I'm still up on you on a couple M's. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I felt like he was trying.
And in the way he came at Sat Rocky, you know, the 20 versus the 1, but I was fucking Rihanna when you was fucking my baby mom. So
that's why I was like, why he even bring that up?
Right.
What you know he gonna smash you saying he knocked off Rihanna. All right. Yeah, that's your baby mom, but I had your baby mom back in 2009. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I was just like, come on, Asa. I think he was just in for the bandwagon. Yeah. Niggas was coming at Drake, so he like, all right, let me just get my little shots off and all that.
And not too long ago, I actually posted on the Do It For Hip Hop Pod Instagram. Make sure you follow Do It For Hip Hop Pod on Instagram. But I had posted the video that the AppSat Rocky and Ferg and all of them made about Kendrick. This was an old freestyle from back in the day in Hot 97, and they was sending shots at Kendrick way. And everybody that seen and heard it was like, come on, man, y'all ain't got a chance in hell, which they don't. But it was just funny to go back to that time frame to see them coming at Kendrick in a freestyle.
I remember that too, but I didn't know that was back in 2011. That's crazy.
That was a long time ago, bro.
I remember that too.
I think it was before Control, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Control was like 2013, so yeah, it was way before that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So let's go through the timelines, because one thing I can say about this battle is the longest battle. It's like never ending. It's like, all right, I think the fans and the media are keeping it alive. They're kind of like putting a lot of gasoline to the fire. But me personally, I want it to end. Like, I don't want to hear no more tracks from neither one. I wasn't impressed by the video. Not like us. I wasn't impressed.
I didn't even see it, to be honest with you. I just, bro, I'm done, bro. I get it. He did the Family Matters, John. So he got to shoot right back, and he had to do it because of the concert.
And he dropped it on July 4th.
Right, and he just had the concert, a couple weeks before that. So it's like, all right, I got to keep it going.
He had a rollout.
But the problem is, like you said, it's going to need to stop, because now it seems like you want the Drake stimulus package. You know what I'm saying? You done got this #1 record.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, I got to drag this joint out. I ain't come out with music in the past 5 to 6 years. Now everybody eyes on me. I got to keep letting this go. But I feel the same way with you. This shit got to end. It just,
it's old, because it started on March 22nd.
Yeah.
When he dropped the song with Future.
Right.
Then J. Cole comes out with 7 Minute Drill on April the 5th.
Right after, yeah.
And then April the 7th, J. Cole goes on the stage in a pod. So let's dive into that. In retrospect, I understand, because J. Cole was moving out the way. Because I can't see a 3-way battle. Yeah. So he was moving out the way like he know what was about to come down the pipeline. I get it. But when he first did it, it made me knock him down a couple notches, because I had J. Cole over both of them. But now that J. Cole apologized, I got him down. I think Drake is over all of them because of Family Matters. I still keep playing Family Matters. It's a heavy rotation.
Yeah.
I don't get tired of the record, and Not Like Us didn't do it for me.
Me neither. So.
Euphoria, 6 the LA joint, what's it called?
616 in LA.
616 in LA. I really liked it that. I liked it that.
That's why I be telling. I'm glad we about to break down these songs, but I'm gonna let you go, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you go.
616 in LA, and when you do the timestamp, everybody taking a page from Drizzy, but I felt like that's when Kendrick was at his best. I didn't like Meet the Grams. I cringed. Even when they had the little gloves and the suitcase and trying to say that was his dad shit, like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, it was.
I wasn't feeling it. Like,
so we want to go through song by song.
Yeah,
listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Start with 616 in LA though.
You want to start with this? You want to start with the first song?
Yeah, we can start with the first
All
song.
right.
With
So the song with Future, I'm not gonna lie, I liked it because Kendrick getting off. It was a good song. The old school beat that they flipped and all that.
Right.
I liked it. But me personally, when I found out that he was only dissing, and this is my thing. When I found out he was supposed to be on First Person Shooter,
right,
and he ain't want to be on it, it seemed like some hating ass shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said.
So I'm like, all right, if the niggas ask you to be on the song, they ain't throw no shots at you on the song. Why you now coming out of nowhere want to throw shots? Now I understand it's hip hop and all that other shit. We're gonna get to that later. But my thing was, all right, it was a good warning shot. I'm not going on the hip hop shit. I'm going to take it for as a good warning shot. So it was you said the next one was push-ups, right?
Well, I mean, if we count J. Cole, it would be 7 Minute Drill.
7 Minute Drill. All right. So 7 Minute Drill for me, when it felt like with Cole, it's like I could go in on you, but I fucks with you.
Yeah, it was like a brotherly like love tag. Right.
So when he did the thing on stage, because this is the thing, if you don't got a personal problem with him, remember they were supposed to do that album like 10 years ago. Yeah. So they got a working relationship and they probably got a personal relationship. So when I heard 7 Minute Freestyle, 7 Minute Drill, I could understand. I was just like, he wanna throw shots, but it's like, fuck. He even said it on the joint. I fucks with you. Don't make me kill you. You get what I'm saying? So I was just like, he felt conflicted. I could tell, like in the rap,
and it's heart to heart.
Right.
In his soul, he felt conflicted. Absolutely.
So that's why I was just like, I didn't like 7 Minute Drill to keep it being with you. I just felt like he wasn't
doing. He didn't go. Like he wasn't giving me that aura of false prophets when he went at Wale and Yeezy.
He wasn't in his bag, like. Right.
I wanted the J. Cole that was with Benny the Butcher had a damn near verse of the year. I wanted that J. Cole.
Right. And you could just tell, like, that's what I'm saying. When it feels like you don't have a personal problem with somebody, you can't just talk shit about them when you like, dog, I just fuck with you. You seen on the stage, you said, yo, who a Kendrick Lamar, fan? Yeah, so it's just like, I fucks with him, I can't kill him.
Right.
So he just felt like, because he even said it on stage, he said, my niggas was texting me like da-da-da-da. So I think niggas put the battery in his back and was just like, no, you gotta respond. You know how you niggas.
And he a married man on top of that. So I'm sure his wife had like at least 2 cents or something about it.
And he more conscious now, so it's not like like you
said.
Right. So it ain't the 2014 Cole where he was just killing Lil Pump and all these type of niggas. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I felt about that, John. Yeah.
Now push-ups. Listen, let me break down push-ups. So first of all, I like the original version of push-ups. I like the Biggie sample push-ups over the one they redid afterwards that was mastered and put out on Apple Music and all that. I like the first push-ups. I like the dirty version of push-ups. I like the Biggie version of push-ups. The second version is cool, but I know the engineer tweaked it and did some things to it, and they took out the Biggie sample. Obviously, they couldn't get it clear, so I was a little salty. But that's in my notes. Like I play that version when I'm listening to my music. Okay, but I think he fucked it up. Like you know what I mean? He was like traveling whack down. It's like that nigga flow is just. I think Drake got a top 5 flow of all time in hip hop. That's just me. Because the way he body beats, it doesn't matter what the BPM is, he fucks it up every time. Yeah. I don't know how many takes he do, but I never seen him, like, that's why him and Jadakiss, niggas like that, they just get on beats and go crazy. Yeah. So that's where I got Drake. He said this flow is unbelievable. His delivery and flow is unbelievable. But what's your thoughts on push-ups?
Very versatile. Now, it's crazy that you say you like the dirty version. I did like the beat. I just didn't feel like, I felt like it didn't, the second John, the beat just felt like hard, like it felt like a beef type John. Like the other John was like he was on his hip hop shit. Yeah. And I feel it. You know, I'm a Biggie, my favorite rapper. So if you sample Big, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to go with you. Right, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like, when that beat come on for the second John, it's just like, oh, it's wartime. You get what I'm saying? The only thing I didn't like about push-ups, and I like push-ups. The only thing that was a little bit, to me, it was the one bar where he was like, the the splitting of your pants. I get what he was trying to say, but it was like kind of cringe. Because it was like, Drake, I know you could come with a better bar. That's the only thing for me that I didn't fuck with push-ups. But
that bar was kind of lame.
Right, so it was just I get what he was saying. Like, niggas basically taking your money, what you call it, top. Yeah. But I just was like, Drake, you could have came a little better than that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I fucked with push-ups.
And then he dropped Tell 'Em Made the same day on April 19th. So what's your thoughts on Tell 'Em Made?
To me, that was a slip.
Okay.
The slip was because anytime you sample two legends, one that's still living and one that passed away, you gonna lose some points. Okay. And right now with the AI shit, niggas is not feeling that when it comes to the legends. You get what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I get what he's trying to say. To me, that felt like a bait record. Like, nigga come outside type shit. You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
I agree.
Because
he definitely came outside after that.
Right. So it was just like, all right, you a West Coast legend, but nigga, you not Pac, you not Snoop. So I get what he was trying to do. But anytime you do AI with Pac and Snoop, it ain't gonna work for me. It just ain't gonna work. No. That's just the hip hop nigga in me, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I totally agree. And to piggyback off of what you said, when I first heard it, I was like, yo. Now, what I would say about it, I thought it was very clever.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought
creative, clever.
It was all of that. Yeah. You check the boxes with that. But with Tupac approve that record, with Afina Shakur approve that record, you know what I mean? Like, with, his best homie, like, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know if Tupac will be fucking with you. And I think DMX, though his thoughts that he said about you on the Breakfast Club will be harking back the same thoughts I think Tupac would say about Drake.
Right.
I don't fuck with Drake. I don't like Drake. I think Tupac would say the same thing if he was living. That's just my opinion. Because Tupac is just, his aura is just something, he from the Black Panthers. There's something different about that brother.
Facts.
And then you got Snoop, but I like how he did it because he did it on some West Coast shit. Like, let me grab these West Coast niggas to go at a West Coast nigga.
Right.
So he playing chess, not checkers, absolutely. But yeah, I think it was a slip. But the only thing I would say, I think that Kendrick's slip was getting it removed. He got it taken down. I think that was corny because you might not like it and you feel a way about it, but if you can beat somebody, let that man have that record. You hollered at Tupac's estate, obviously, and got it taken down. So here we are. So
but when it comes to this one thing I had to learn, DJ Bugsy, when it comes to rap beef now, it's no holds barred. Right. And it ain't even about just the bars anymore. It's the outside shit niggas got. Yep. If niggas got the power to get a Tupac, record pulled the fuck off, you know what I'm saying?
DSPs.
Right.
They gonna do it.
Yeah, so it's any ways that you can win these type battles now, that's how I feel like they gonna try. You know what I'm saying?
And then Euphoria drops on 4/30, which was about like 10 days later, and he took a while because you seen academics and old man Ebro and people talking and joke like, damn, what the fuck is taking Kendrick so long? Right. But when it dropped, the whole world stopped.
It did.
Now that song, when I first heard, I was like, oh, he on some shit. What was your first thoughts when you heard Euphoria?
So when I first heard it, I had to listen to it twice. So I listened to the first time.
Because it's a lot of the impact.
Right. But this is the thing. So when I listened to it the first time, I'm like, he's getting off on this record at Drake. But the problem was, though, for me, with Drake, he was on some pretty much shoot at your house, like come the fuck outside. Like he not playing with you. Right. On Euphoria, I felt like the intro, you on some, yo, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, we want blood. You get what I'm saying? It's been a month. Right. Almost a month you ain't dropped. Yeah. So Drake is on some come the fuck outside. You on some, well, if you talk about me, I'm going to talk about, don't say lies about me, you say lies about, no, nigga, we want blood. But when that beat dropped, Kendrick got off. Yeah. He got off on him. Yeah. But there's some other miscues. I don't know if you want to talk about that on there. He had a couple miscues, though. He had the bars. I'm never going to take that away from Kendrick. He had the bars. Right. But for me, I'm a big Pusha T fan. Right. He took a couple Johns. He took a couple Johns from Pusha T. When he did, one of my favorite Johns is Exodus 23:1. So when he took the John, you signed to another nigga that signed to another nigga. I said, I can't rock with that. Yeah. Cause it's like Push already killed him with that.
That's plagiarism.
So that's my thing.
You copycatting.
So it's like,
Yes.
Kendrick, you the original dude. You got to
Right.
come with some shit that niggas ain't even
Heard of,
Right.
or know about Drake.
So my thing, I just felt like with Euphoria, if it was just all bars, I would have gave it to Drake. I'm sorry, to Kendrick. But it was too many slips. It was too long. And another thing, it was too long. If that
was
joint was
long
about
as
a
shit.
good 3 to 4 minutes of just bars, he would have got it. But to me, I felt like he was playing around.
And that's the other thing I don't like about Kendrick, and people get mad at me when I say this. I don't like rappers, especially when you're battling someone, to change your cadence up in the middle of a song, to go from an Eminem flow to a Redman flow to this flow to that. I don't like that. To me personally, when you battling someone, I want you to stay on key with that delivery.
Facts.
And that's what Drake does. Even when them beats switched, he switched with the beat. You know what I mean? He didn't switch his cadence. He just was lining up with the beat. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Because that shit flows for me. That's why I said Drake has a top 5 flow of all time, in my personal opinion.
And that's why I felt like with Drake with this whole battle, he had it where you are the target. I'm not coming to play with you. Like
Right.
I felt like Kendrick just felt like I'm so nice that I could play around with this nigga. But you got a nigga that's literally talking about whatever he want to talk about you. He gonna take your head off.
Yeah.
He not trying to hear all that, oh, you light skinned, this, that, and the third. He want
Who
blood.
Michael Jackson, who Prince, they went through that too, the back and forth about who Michael Jackson, who Prince.
Right. So it's like
That shit was funny, man.
that was crazy.
But Drake flipped it. He said, well, maybe I'm Prince. Like, with that shit, bro, that's why Family Matters is so underrated. And people, and let me tell you a reason why Family Matters is underrated. Because people didn't get an opportunity to really soak it in. Because he dropped it in like 30 minutes. Here
he dropped his John. He dropped
the
Meet the Grams. So
right,
yeah,
so it didn't give a chance to
simmer in people what he was actually fucking saying on that record.
Yeah.
So that was a little unfair, but that was a chess move. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
my thing is, yeah, but we gonna get to that. My bad. We got jumping, but it
Yeah,
is what it
yeah.
is.
So 616 in LA, I really, really love that record, man. And I know why. I know this is why Drake to me is the GOAT of this generation, because people keep copying his moves, the way he make records, the timestamps, the different things he does. It's like people are looking at this man and what he's doing, and they're literally copying what he's doing in their own way.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, bro. You can't have it both ways. You can't come at a nigga and then timestamp shit. And you know that 5 a.m. in Toronto, 9 a.m. in Dallas. Like, come on, bro. What we talking about?
Right. It's crazy that, and like, that's crazy that you said that, because that's my favorite record from Kendrick from this whole genre, because he had his own angle.
Yeah.
Like, he said about the mold, because you remember at the time niggas was saying niggas was
mold.
drinking Drake records and shit.
Yeah.
So he took that and was like, all right, I'm going to angle it myself. I fucks with that because you already took the Pusha T angle. You already did all the other angles, Joe Budden, all them how they came at Drake. You had your own original way to come at him. And the fucked up thing about it is, bro, that's gonna be a record it's gonna go over people's heads. Everybody gonna talk about Meet the Grams. Everybody gonna talk about Not Like Us. But that joint right there is Kendrick at his best to me.
It is.
It's his overall, that's just him being an MC and taking something and doing your own angle.
Yeah, he didn't copy off of Joe Buttons.
Right.
He didn't get the blueprint from Pusha. He went in his own bag. That was a Kendrick bag.
Right. And it's gonna get overlooked. And that's corny to me, because that's the Kendrick that niggas fuck with. You know what I'm saying? This Not Like Us and all that other shit.
That's not him.
It's cool for right now, but is it a top 10 Kendrick song of all time? No.
To a lot of people, it is.
Then they don't know his discography. Is it better than Backseat Freestyle? Is it better than the joint with him and Pusha?
Right.
Is it better than Money Trees? Is it better than any of these songs? But the way they pumping this shit is like it's his best song of all time because it made the charts.
Right.
But it's not his top shit of all time. Blacker Than Berry. Come on. I ain't gonna go there, but I'm just saying, like,
don't let me talk about Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City. Like, come on, man. What we talking about, bro?
Rigor Mortis. I ain't gonna go.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I've been ready to talk about this shit, bro. But listen, man.
So we get to the ultimate record, and it's still my favorite record of the whole battle, Family Matters. And I just love how he did it. He focused on Future. He focused on Metro Boomin. He focused on Rick Ross. I mean, he just did everybody strategically, just breaking them all down in components, man. I love how he did it. I love how long it was. It wasn't over long, and then he switched the beats when he pulled. The sound effects, the ad-libs, his engineer fucked that shit up.
Facts. Like
that's the best record of the battle, in my opinion. Family Matters.
It is.
And it's a top 10 Drake record of all time. For me.
You be fucking me up, bro. I can't. I love Family Matters. I'm gonna have to rethink on that one because it is a good song. It's definitely top 10. You know why? You know why?
And on top of that, because before this we all was saying that Back to Back is Drake's best diss record, but now we might have to rethink it.
Yeah. I mean, because of all the beat switch ups, he's dissing more people. He only was coming at Meek on Back to Back. You might have some. Yeah. So, and like you said, piggyback on what you said. He literally was going at everybody the way he wanted to go at him. From Rocky to Rick Ross. And they were just slick lines. Like,
the Weeknd. You know what I'm saying? Like, all them niggas. We can getting all these niggas out of here.
And that's why I'm like, how do they not put that over Not Like Us and Meet the Grams? Because he did some like 20 niggas. You get what I'm saying? Like, strategically, on a regular beat, hip-hop beat, a drill beat. You know what I'm saying? And he was going off on that drill beat. Like, yo, that was crazy. God. He was going off on there. Like you said, people not going to understand how with Family Matters, the lines that he was saying on there. Like, that was surgical. And the video. We ain't gonna forget about the video. He was surgical. That's one thing about Drake. He really a chess player, and people don't give him his credit for that. No, because it's like, he just very, very surgical. Some people think it's petty, but it's really him knowing I gotta be on my shit. So he studies his opponents and he knows how to, take them out.
So then we go the same day, like I said, an hour later, Meet the Grams drop, and everybody was hyping that shit up. And I'm looking like, huh?
My phone was blowing up.
Y'all fucking with that?
My phone was blowing up.
I ain't like it. I felt like he was trying to tell me that Drake's a bad father. You don't know that. He was trying to be a therapist, telling Drake, his son, this is what your dad should be. You know your dad's a gambler. You know your dad's a sex man. Like, all this shit, like, dude, what are you? Like, how are you going to tell me how to raise my fucking son? And first of all, he's a new dad. He's not going to have all the answers early on. He's not. You didn't with your kids. I didn't with my kids. You're not going to have parenting. It's a lifelong journey.
Right.
But he's playing his part. Where is this daughter? She can't be found. We have an AP out on his daughter that he so-called is missing, that she's around. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, it was nut shit.
So, yeah, with Meet the Grams, for me, the problem was same thing again. He went the other routes that everybody else already did.
Right.
The Pusha shit with the child.
Right.
The mom shit with probably Joe Budden's Pusha. They done all did that.
Yeah.
And I tell people this when they be trying to get me about to Meet the Grams, right? So when Pusha did Story of Adidon, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this. If Pusha found out that he had a son, right? And that shit came out to be false, would that song have an impact as it would right now?
No.
Okay. So him doing Meet the Grams, and in the song, he talks about a daughter that he don't even got.
Right.
And that was the reason, that was the biggest reason why he did the song. When there is no daughter to be found, right? How do you not lose points? Niggas always are, but no, you got to peep the stuff that he was saying. But the reason, the big punch in the record, the punchline in the record was false.
Yeah.
But you, Kendrick, you missed the truth and missed the therapist and you this, that, and the third.
Right.
The biggest punch in your record was nowhere to be found. That's why you dropped Not Like Us, because niggas found out.
Right.
And this one thing people don't know, and I'm gonna put this up if I could put it in the episode.
Yeah, go ahead.
Drake, right before Not Like Us dropped, no, Not Like Us, my bad. Meet the Grams. He posted on Instagram. I got it on my phone. He posted, he said, He said, I give you money for this 11-year-old daughter y'all talking about. Y'all niggas is he's like, y'all niggas is trolling, some shit like that.
Yeah.
He posted it right before Meet the Grams came out. So that's why on the Heart 6, he was like, yo, I fed this information to y'all. He knew
Fake
that the nigga was gonna say it.
Right.
You probably ain't know that. Did you know that?
Well, I knew that after the fact. I didn't know it in real time.
Dog, I remember because when the song came out like Saturday morning, he posted it not too long after he dropped Family Matters. That's why I was like, when I read it, mind you, when I saw it on Instagram, I didn't know about an 11-year-old daughter until I heard Meet the Grams. Right. I was like, what the fuck is Drake posting?
Right.
Then when I seen it, I said, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, that record to me, they had a punch that it was, because if you had Story of Adidon and that was fake about the son, y'all niggas wouldn't say Pusha won that battle. But how y'all gonna say he won the battle and he had a whole 16 verse about somebody's daughter that don't even exist?
Exactly.
Case closed. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is arguing me about that shit.
Let's talk about this. Speaking, I want to talk about this. When you defend Drake on social media, this has been, and I've been getting this the whole time on Twitter and on Instagram. You are a Drake stain. What the fuck, bruh?
This is the thing, right? I'm a big Pusha T fan.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it all the way being with you. Right. When they was battling, I wanted Pusha to kill this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way I could be Drake biased when it come to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, so my thing was when niggas was, oh, you biased, this is that and the third. The problem is niggas want to put Kendrick as the savior of this shit, right? Mm-hmm. So, but they want to act like he don't got flaws. Right. And that's the shit that bothers me, because it's like, yo, if he don't got no flaws and nothing that, or whatever the case may be, why is it that y'all want to pick out Drake's flaws and now he the savior of this shit? Right. That's the shit that bothers me.
Because it's biased. It's one-sided. Even in the media. No one defended Drake in the media. Not Joe Buttons, not old man.
Well, like, Joe Buttons ain't gonna do it because they don't fuck with each other. But
yeah, because he smashed his shit back in the day.
There you go.
They had the Dolphins and swimming, and all that shit went down back in the heyday when Stay Scheming was popping. But that's another conversation for another day. Right. But that's what they mad about. A lot of these rap niggas is mad because Drake fucked they girls.
Yeah,
but you can't be mad. It's Drizzy. Shit, if Michael Jackson was on that type time, Prince fucked a lot of bitches that niggas is mad about. That's why Prince was untouchable, because Prince was one of them niggas that slide in and slide out. Right. He didn't go to all the industry parties. He didn't fuck with y'all like that. Yeah. He didn't go to the Diddy Pop parties. No Diddy. You know what I mean? He didn't do that shit. He stayed in his own lane.
And that's the thing. And when you sent me something about how they trying to talk about how Drake be with the women and all that.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that? Let's get into the character of Drake. That's what we're gonna start off now. The character, how the picture that they're painting, quote unquote, whether it be true, false, or indifferent.
It's basically like you said, right? All of them do the same shit.
Right.
So it's no way that you can get. You're only gonna get on Drake is because, one, he talk about it in his songs, and he's the biggest artist doing it. Right. So he gonna have the light. So I think the problem with niggas got is, like you said, he fucking they girls, but my thing is, y'all all fucking the same girls.
Right.
So my thing is,
the only difference is y'all just don't got the money Drizzy got.
Right. So
or the clout.
So my thing is, y'all do this to regular chicks. Y'all done fuck niggas' baby moms before. Y'all done they talking about Ruby Rose right now about all the dudes she done mess with, right? Oh, so my thing is, y'all know that y'all, all these inner circles, y'all all fuck with the same chicks. So my thing is, you just mad at the biggest artist that's doing it, and he's basically kind of exposing it to what y'all do. So that's why y'all mad for real. Because he's not the only nigga doing it. That's the shit that I hate. Yeah. That they singling him out like he the only person doing it, but they all do that shit. They all in the same industry. They all fucking with the same chicks. So I don't
Even though he hurt Lil Wayne's heart when he was in jail, and even Lil Wayne brought it up, but he didn't make it a big deal.
How many fucking joints Lil Wayne was knocking off?
Right.
You think he care about one? For real? like let's keep it a real B. Like, let's keep it 1,000.
Right.
One?
Right.
That's his artist.
That song, Mrs. Officer, was about that girl.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, Miss Officer was about the girl that Drake smashed. Yep.
But we all heard the stories about Wayne. So it's like,
right.
Come on, dog. That was probably one at the bottom of the bunch. Like, come on now. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
right. Yeah.
That's why I don't like it, just because
he had superhead. So shit.
Everybody did. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Right. That's true too. But you get the superhead treatment. That's a different type of treatment.
Yeah, from what they say in that book. So yeah.
And she ain't doing everybody. You gotta be some type of nigga.
Some type of status.
Yup, for sure.
So when you showed me that, I was just like, man, you point one finger, 4 pointing back at you. That's all that is, man. 3
now the pedophile allegations. There is no open or closed cases. No one has came forward.
No.
They made a big deal about the video. First of all, the girl that the video was of, she went to the concert with her dad, and her dad let her go on stage, and that shit happened.
Right.
So I don't get it, because Jay-Z fucked Foxy Brown, and she was a teenager when he fucked her, but ain't nobody talking about that shit.
I didn't know you was gonna go there, but
like for real, it's like we want to talk this pedal shit. Niggas been pedaling for the longest.
It's and that's the thing in rap too, because now,
like
man, now they trying to get on Travis Scott for being with Ruby Rose,
right? You
know what I'm saying? But they come out that she really was of age, but it has been a long-standing thing in rap. But I just feel like, and this is what I don't like about the Not Like Us shit. There, like you said, it's no evidence of him being a 69 guy when it come to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's
like nobody coming forward. And just like I told y'all nut ass niggas, when I was on Instagram the other day, I said this. I said, it's crazy that this generation is trash. We was taught at an early age, don't believe everything you hear or see. Sometimes you got to stop and think and use your fucking brain and ask yourself, this is Drake, the biggest male artist in the world, worth millions of dollars. How come he don't have any open or closed cases in Canada or the U.S.? And why nobody never sued him in civil court like they did Michael Jackson? He's not bigger than Michael Jackson, so that lets you know Michael Jackson beat 2 cases. It never happened to him, so why didn't it happen to Drake? Drake got a Never Land. It's just in Toronto. That's all.
That's the thing.
It's like, come on, bro.
It's basically Drake hate 2.0. It's whatever that they can do little videos from back in the day. He took what do you say? Text the one teenage actress. So it's like they just pulling from all cards, but they don't have no real validity in what you're saying. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I said.
That's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? Like
it is. And the thing about what y'all don't get is that a person of that caliber with that amount of money, they would have been trying to get this nigga out of here, bro.
Facts.
He been successful for so long.
Facts. And there's nothing that came up. Nothing.
Come on, no scandals, no nothing.
Nothing.
He even told you about texting J-Lo. J-Lo was at his crib before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, stop it.
It's nasty work, but
yeah.
If you want to go back to I think we about to get the Not Like Us. I think he was trying to,
yeah, let's get to it. So
Bugsy was trying to get right to it.
Not Like Us, man. I mean, honestly, man, I didn't like. First of all, I don't like the beat
at all.
I don't like Mustard. I don't like Mustard no more. Mustard had his run, like Roddy Ricch run, the Mustard run, the LMA run. I get it. He was killing it. But right now, you know, it's just not there, bro. It ain't. I'm not feeling it, bro. When I first heard it, I'm like, and everybody's hyping. Now, don't get me wrong, the kids love it. It's TikToked out. It's doing its thing on the TikTok app. It's doing its thing. Everybody making dance about it. You got Serena Williams doing a little 2-step, but she from Compton.
Right.
Old man Ebro talking about Drake don't got a style. And first of all, nigga, you're wrong, because that means you telling me that Noah 40 don't got a style. You telling me Noah 40 don't, and y'all was praising this nigga when Successful came out with Trey Songz. Like he influenced fucking Bryson Tiller and 6 Black. But y'all ain't gonna talk about that though. Like, stop it, man. It's just crazy. It's a big ass Drake hate train, bro.
It really is. And it goes to show you, and it's just like what Jay said, man, when he said it on Drake track. Yeah. That when you at the top, they'll start feuds, they hate you.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be like that. They did it to Jay. They did it to Big.
Yep.
Now Drake gotta go through it. It's basically once you at the top, niggas is gonna say, oh, you ain't got no style. Oh, you borrow such and such John. Same thing that with Hov.
Yeah.
Oh, you flip Biggie shit. Oh, you this, and the third.
flip
You a
Young Chris
misogynist.
shit.
You this. It's just whenever you get to that top part, you gonna get people that's going. When he told that to Drake back in 2009, I said he going through it now. It's fucked up. He had to go through it in his 16th, 17th year of his career.
Yeah.
So it's like the Not Like Us is pretty much basically the fire to the bomb. You know what I'm saying? It was building up. From the Future album, the 2 Future albums. Now it's just the build up of now we got the song to latch on to. Even though this is the thing I don't like. How can you jack somebody being a petty with no proof, right? And this is the thing. He said in the John in Family Matters about him beating on his girl, this is that and the third. Wouldn't you? He never addressed that.
Right.
But when he addressed it in the Heart 6, he throwing the white flag. If somebody call you a petty,
right,
DJ Bugsy, you not gonna address it?
Absolutely.
If somebody say you beat on your
domestic
significant
violence,
other, you not gonna address it?
Absolutely.
Why Kendrick hasn't? I'm coming with the questions today.
Right, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part to me that's nasty work. Where is his defense when it come to that? But when he do it, he waving the white flag. No, and you don't want that on your name.
And now that I'm sitting back thinking about more shit. The part that blows my mind is that all the women that suffered from domestic violence, they didn't try to ask Kendrick or come at Kendrick about it. They everything that Kendrick said was word is bond.
Right.
Everything that Drake said, no, we don't believe you.
Right.
You need more people. How?
It's the biasness, though.
It's not hard to believe that Kendrick could have beat on his chick.
That's the problem. They make him seem like he don't got flaws. Ever since that Control John, they gave him, this is the problem. They give him so much
credit.
Right. And it's just like, yo,
they got a platinum card.
Bro, it's just like, where is his flaws at? He the
Black Messiah.
Black Messiah, let's black people all together, but you hating on Cole and Drake, the 2 top black dudes in music. Rap music. Regardless, you can say music too.
Let's talk about that. Him being a like he was saying, he not black. He's being a colonist. Like all this old.
It's
colonizer.
Basically,
like
I feel like this is like a Dr. Umar effect. Like he trying to go to Dr. Umar route. But my thing is, you doing the 360 of what you doing. Why nobody coming at that?
Right. Absolutely.
So it's just like y'all just want to keep painting him to be the Black Messiah, this, and the third. But he got flaws too, but niggas don't want to talk about it. Ever since Control, he just all them niggas, right?
Right.
Then they was like, when niggas responded to him, he too big to respond. But it's hip hop, right?
Right.
If niggas say your name, you gonna say something back. Why he get the pass and other niggas don't?
And that's the part that I don't like about the way they do Big Sean. Because when Big Sean dropped that new record that he dropped, he had some momentum. But then the Kendrick and Drake shit happened, so he had to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
But they always fucking with Big Sean bag, bro. And I love Big Sean. Big Sean don't get the credit he deserves. He's like a Wale, a Mace. I posted this too. Wale and Mace to me is the top 2 most underrated MCs rappers that I ever seen in my life. Because they don't get their credit deserved. And then somebody said, well, what's your favorite 2 Wale albums? Attention Deficit and Ambition. You know what I mean? I think both of them is classics. In my opinion.
And going off of the Big Sean thing, I agree with you saying, but I think also when it comes to Big Sean and when it comes to Drake and Cole and Kendrick, their albums consistently are better, in my opinion, than Big Sean. Big Sean is a good rapper. I'm not going to take that away from him. But I think the problem is sometimes his consistently is the thing that kind of knocks him from that top notch. You know what I'm saying? So, but I like Big Sean. Don't get me wrong. He can rap. But I think it's because sometimes, like him doing the album with, what was it, 21 Future with Metro Boomin and the other one, that kind of came and went. But I didn't see that for myself to why he would.
But he did that joint with Hit Boy too.
Right. But
that shit was tough.
That was tough too. But I just feel like it's not, when you get Drake, is you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
With Big Sean, it's like you don't know. I think that's what kind of hurts him, and I don't like that for him either because he is a good rapper.
But it just seemed like every time he get momentum, Kendrick and Drake and J.
It kind
Cole,
of takes away. It sucks for him though.
It do.
It sucks.
It's same thing for Sierra and Keisha Cole. All these artists are kind of like under Rihanna and Beyonce. They can't get in the room because the world is stuck on Beyonce and Rihanna. Even though Rihanna took like a 5-year, hiatus, 6-year hiatus because she focusing on her beauty line, but it's just like Beyonce. She dropped a country album. She the best that ever did it.
Yeah, it does suck because sometimes when you the artist that's not
getting
with all
light.
with the gimmicks and everything else, and you just pure talent.
Right.
Sometimes you could get overlooked by the dudes that have the businesses, that have like the Rihannas, that have the businesses, that have the crazy cult fan bases. When you just pretty much you doing it just off of talent alone. You're not in the headlines. You're not in the gossip. It does suck sometimes.
And it reminds me a little bit of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese because they shine a light on Caitlin Clark, but it's all these other players feel like, well, what about me? And I feel like that's how these artists feel. What about me?
Yeah, it does kind of take away from the people that's probably been there 5-6 years. They not getting the crazy contract, even though her contract wasn't crazy.
Right.
But it's like, we've been doing this, but just because you got the spotlight, we can't get ours.
Right.
So, yeah. But that's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. What can you do?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But what you think is next? I do. Then a lot of people are saying that Drake should take a year off. He should take a break from music. I do believe that to a certain extent. I do believe he should go and lay low for a while. Me personally, I don't think he should I think whenever something like this happens, me personally as an artist, it should motivate you to go even harder. But don't just rush it.
Yeah.
Like really create. Be in the studio consistently working on records, make like 150 records and put out the best out of that. What you think his future look like? Do you think he's still gonna have the same effect as being Drizzy, or you feel like because of this shit he's gonna fall off? Because a lot of people think he's gonna fall off.
Drake is gonna forever be him. I think he just has the consistency enough where he's gonna always be him. That's why I don't like these conversations. Oh, do you think Drake gonna lose a fan base? Come on, Drake could do a tour tomorrow and sell it everywhere. Like we not gonna just take one section of his career and just say, oh, well, it's over for him.
Because they want to erase 10 years of dominance.
But my question is
can't.
Why?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Why? This is the thing I hate about beats. Why can't everybody be great in their own lane?
Right.
Why does it always have to be, oh, niggas is trying to be number one. Niggas is trying to do this. Niggas just can't be great in their own lane.
Facts.
That's why I hate it when this shit started, because it's just like, bro, you're a Pulitzer Prize. How many rappers got a Pulitzer Prize?
Right.
And you want to be you don't want to be on social media. You don't want to be in the industry. So what do you want to be number one of?
Right.
Of an industry that you don't fuck with? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You don't fuck with this industry.
And Drake's new shirt is rap is a joke. And I understand why he say that. And
self-explanatory.
Right. And it's like, even for me, man, I had to take a step back for myself because there's so many other lanes that I want to get into, like sports agent, being a sport agent.
Dope.
Like, shit like that. Like, it's not that many black-owned sports agents.
That's
Besides,
fair,
you got Rock Nation, you got my boy Clutch Sports. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You don't got a lot. So I even had to take a step, even the hip-hop lover that I am, and I will always be a hip-hop lover to the day I die, and this brand will always flourish. Yeah. But I don't want to be stuck in one lane. Right. I want to broaden my horizons.
All the greatest artists do. Look at Rick Ross. Look at Drake. Look at Drake trying to own other people's catalogs. You know what I'm saying? He learning more of the business. Yeah. He trying to get into the restaurants and liquor and all that.
And he just got partner up with the WNBA to have a team in Toronto.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So he about to have ownership in a women's basketball team. And that's another lane I want to break down because the WNBA is going into straight higher levels because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That's a part of the lane that I want to get into as well.
That'd be dope, man. And that's just what it is. It's just like rap can sometimes, and I think I learned this from seeing Hove move. it can pigeonhole you sometimes. That's why I don't like. I love rap as an art form, but sometimes the industry shit, it can pigeonhole you where it's just like you just there. Like if you start off as a coke rapper, you can't evolve. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be Jeezy and own property in Atlanta. You gotta be the Jeezy from the block. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's good that dudes is reaching out and doing other things to show that I'm more than just an artist. I'm a businessman. I'm doing other things. And my mindset is not just rap. That's what I try to do with the podcast and to try to deal with mental health. I'm trying to go in other aspects to show I just can't just spit 16s. I could do more shit. So
see, and you see it for yourself, your own personal self. Like, all right, I'm an artist. I rap. I got good music. I got my own brand. I got my hats. I got my shirts. But guess what? I also got a podcast. I also deal with mental health. I got other lanes, and that's why I love the podcast Pivot, because in life you gotta pivot.
Facts.
It ain't, and you don't gotta wait for something bad to happen. You don't gotta wait to fire someone. You ain't gotta wait to disassociate yourself with people to pivot. It's what the feeling you get in your heart. Yeah, your family, your kids, your significant other, whatever your mind says you need to do. And it took me 7 years to say, all right, this brand is already built. It's already doing what it's doing. So now I wanna not only keep that, but I wanna get it open and do some other things besides that.
Yeah. And as I like how you said you build your brand to the point everybody knows. I do it for hip hop. Everybody knows what DJ Bugsy is about, but you have your son. Right. I love when you and your son are.
Appreciate
it's so dope. And it's like, like he can do what you do, but even more. You get what I'm saying? So, like you said, I love that you said about building a brand and then knowing how to expand on it. It's dope, man.
Yep. Well, man, do you think we covered everything, or what we missing, man? I don't want to end it, so we make sure we cover all that.
I got a question for you.
Okay. Yo, you know what's so crazy? It's always like that, man, when podcasting, because it's like I'm always the one answering the questions, but then I gotta come up when it's time for me to get on the hot seat. But I love it. I love
because you had me on the hot seat the last time. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. But go ahead. What's up?
But no, I saw this on Vlad. Somebody said this. They said because it is not like us shit or whatever. They was trying to say that West Coast has the best diss tracks of all time. I said, now, I'm not going to lie. I did agree the first time, but when I actually expanded on it, I see it like this. It's not a fair question. You know why?
Why?
East Coast had a start, probably Red came out, 79? So it's not a fair question because East Coast had at least a 10-year head start until the West Coast came in the late 90s when it came to diss records. I'm not talking about just West Coast hip hop. So I don't feel like it's a fair question. When I was like, damn, hit them up, no Vaseline, but I said, no, you can't forget the LL and Kumo D. You can't forget
MC Shan.
You can't forget KRS-One. So it's unfair because they already had that little head start before you get Fuck with Dre Day. You get Hit 'Em Up.
Real motherfucking G's, Easy.
Right. And DJ Quick and all that. Yeah. They already had the head start in the classic records. So I just feel that's not a fair question, but how you feel about that?
Well, that's a good question. I think it's actually a fair question because I think it's kind of like locked even. Because if you really look at it from the top, to me, the top two diss records of all time is Ether and Hit 'Em Up. So, that's the bar. Nas and Tupac set the bar. So if that's an East Coast nigga and a West Coast nigga, even though Tupac technically is from New York, he don't claim New York. So I'm going to go with what he claims. He claims the West. So, and then if you go under that, then you got No Vaseline. That's the West Coast. If you go under that, then you got MC Shan, you got KRS-One, you got LL. I mean, but then you got, you know what I'm saying? You got, then you got Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Common. That's Midwest, coming at Ice Cube, the bitch in you. So I think it's kind of even, but like I said, but then you got Drake. He not from neither one. He from Canada, back to back. And now we got Family Matters. So I think that when you talk about diss records, is a little bit over the place, but the West probably is to me it's kind of like even, but it's kind of like even because it's a lot of West Coast bangers and it's a lot of East Coast bangers.
Yeah.
Because then you gotta count Super Ugly, Jay-Z, Takeover.
When I got yourself a gun. Well, all the Nas and him and Jay.
Then you got Cannabis, second round knockout.
Yeah. Do you count that as East Coast?
Yeah, because Cannabis is from the East Coast.
I thought he was from Canada first.
Cannabis is from Canada? I
remember when Eminem was dissing him and saying you was born in Canada and then you came to. But you know what? I'll get at East Coast. I get at East Coast. I
would have to tap into that. But yeah, man, I think it's kind of even. But I think that the West, I think they're more disrespectful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, hit them up and fuck with Dre. They definitely Easy E shit.
Yeah,
they wasn't, because you gotta expect with them it wasn't lyrical. It was about talking shit. So
right.
Yeah, the disrespectful they definitely got the East Coast on that, because East Coast was just all lyrical. Who the best rapper? Who the best MC? Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas.
I think Ether is probably the most disrespectful diss, and maybe Super Ugly, and then Takeover kind of like right there. But then let's not forget about Beanie and Jada.
Oh yeah. And
let's not forget about 50 Cent and Ja Rule.
But that's what I'm saying. How can you not get that to the East?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
50 shit. You just told it. 50 shit. Yeah. All the mixtapes. All that. Yeah. It's just like, to me, and I'm glad we kind of disagree, but like I get what you're saying. It is kind of even.
When you add, because see, when you start adding that, because then you got to bring up G-Unit, all of this records that Lloyd Banks and all them did.
Dipset.
And then let's not forget about Mace and Cameron going back and forth.
That's another episode.
Right. But I think what they're talking about, they're much more so talking about, I think, when East is going against the West versus when the East is going against the East and the West is going to. They're talking about when it's just them going back and forth. Who has the most diss records? Not when the East is going against the East in your hometown. I think they're talking about West versus East, who got the most diss records. That coast to coast.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So if you do it that way, the West might got a little slight edge.
I got you.
But if we talking overall diss records, hands down, East got more diss records.
Yeah.
Because we dissed a lot of niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
that's another one for y'all to think on, man.
Yeah,
crazy, man.
But yo, bro, I appreciate you, man. It's your boy DJ Bugsy. Tell them where they can follow you, bro.
My Instagram, JK Playawave. My YouTube channel is Playawave TV. I got a website, playawave.com. You can cop the tees, the hats. I made a hat for the last episode for DJ Bugsy. I made hats too, so definitely hit me up, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah, anytime, man. Like I said, fresh off a flight from Texas, man. One of my favorite places to visit in the United States of America.
Dope,
got some of the baddest women in the world.
Facts.
Rest in peace to DJ Screw. Shout out to my man Bun B. You know what I mean? And
shout out to
RRP Pimp C. And shout out to Jay Prince, man. Him and Mace, I hope they get that shit together. I hope it don't go past just the social media shit.
Because they definitely OGs in the game.
And I fucked up my man Shakur name, but Shakur Stevenson from Newark. Shout out to him. He's doing this thing. I know a lot of people hating, saying he's a boring fighter, but they said the same thing about Mayweather, and Mayweather is arguably the GOAT.
Facts.
So we don't know what Shakur Stevenson's upside is. We don't know if he can beat
Tank.
In
his career.
We don't know if he can beat Tank. We can't say he can't beat Tank.
Yeah.
Because it could be a big upset.
That would be wild.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy.
Yup. But I love boxing, man. Like I said, man, keep it where you got it. Make sure you subscribe to the DJ Bugsy 215 channel. Make sure you follow us on Do It for Hip Hop Pod. Make sure you follow me, DJ Bugsy 215. Keep it hip hop. Peace.